Hey, how's it going, y'all? My name's Nick Schaefer, and today I'm going to be telling you why you should donate to the American Heart and the American Stroke Association. So, founded in Chicago, Illinois in 1924, the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association have roughly donated $4.6 billion worth of money towards research and development to help decrease the number of people affected by heart disease and strokes every year. So, some of you guys might already know this, but heart disease is the number one cause of death in the world. Not just the United States, in the entire world. And since I started this video, one person has already died from coronary artery disease. That is one person every 36 seconds, and that is one out of every 4 deaths each year. So this is going to sound a little morbid, but according to the numbers provided by the CDC and the American Heart Association, heart disease is most likely the way that I am going to die. Not only by those statistics, but also because that heart disease actually runs in my family. Personally, my grandfather passed away from a heart attack a year before I was born, and more recently, my aunt passed away from a rare blood disease. Based on those statistics, it is also safe to say that some of you in this class may have been directly affected by heart disease, if not know somebody like a friend or a family member that has been affected by heart disease. Heart disease roughly cost America $363 billion a year. That number was taken between the year of 2016 and 2017. Yet the American Heart Association only donates $300,000 a year towards research and development. So after hearing those two numbers side by side, you're probably thinking, wow, the American Heart Association isn't even putting a dent in the expense that it costs America every single year to take care of the patients and people affected by heart disease. However, in the last 100 years, the American Heart Association has made some major breakthroughs towards reducing the number of people affected by heart disease every single year. To name a few of those things that the American Heart Association has discovered in the last 100 years, back in 1956, money that was funded by the American Heart Association helped create and develop the first defibrillator. More recently, in 2008, money that was provided by the American Heart Association helped Dr. Gordon Ewey discover that good quality chest compressions were the only thing necessary to keeping a person alive if someone were to suddenly collapse and not have a pulse. He said that keeping blood pumping to the vital organs, including like the brain and the heart and throughout the body, was more important than giving somebody mouth-to-mouth CPR, and that good quality chest compressions were the only thing that someone would have to do if someone were to suddenly collapse. More recently, in 2009, funding provided by the American Heart Association helped pass the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act. What this act did was ban candy-flavored cigarettes. It also banned the use of tobacco promotion billboards within school zones, and it also made the warning labels on tobacco products larger to help deter people from smoking and chewing and stuff like that, because all of those things contribute to heart disease. So yeah, again, $300,000 a year doesn't sound like a lot of money at all fighting heart disease. However, the American Heart Association is the number one nonprofit donor providing money fighting heart disease every single year. So because they've been around for so long and they've accomplished so much in the last 100 years and they continue to be the number one donor for heart disease every single year, this makes the American Heart Association one of, if not the most reliable organization that's donating towards research and development, fighting heart disease every single year. So how I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that every 36 seconds someone passes away from coronary artery disease. As we reach the 4-minute mark in our video here, somebody has just passed away of a stroke. So the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association are the same association. Together, they both raise money to help find research and development and prevent people dying from strokes every single year. Funding that was provided by the American Stroke Association helped discover the 4-letter acronym that we use today to help spot a stroke, and that is FAST. FAST stands for face drooping, arm weakness, slurred speech, and time to call 911. So one of the big reasons why the American Heart Association decided to start the American Stroke Association is because that 1 in every 6 cardiovascular related deaths is caused by a stroke. So obviously the biggest goal of the American Heart Association is to eventually make sure that nobody is affected by heart disease in the entire world. And that is a very big goal to take part of, because there are so many different factors that come into play when talking about heart disease and someone's probability of being affected by it, or how you can lower your chances of being affected by it. Some of those things are, not smoking, not drinking, staying fit, just eating correctly. All of these little things can help lower your chances of getting heart disease. And a lot of these things we know today is because of the funding that was provided by the American Heart Association. Funding that was provided to doctors across the globe by the American Heart Association has helped get us closer to reaching that goal. And it also helps bring the awareness to people, especially in the United States, where obesity is such a problem, that heart disease is a real problem. It's a real cause. And hopefully seeing this video helps kind of make you more aware of how serious this actually is, and maybe it'll help you get some things in your life in check. So the one thing that we can look forward to is the farther we go into the future, the more likely that goal is going to be reached. I mean, look what the funding by the American Heart Association has done in the last 100 years. Just in the last 10 years, the crazy step that humanity has taken towards everything as far as technology in the medical field, just in everyday life. It really makes me curious to see where we're going to be at in the next 5 or 10 years and how much lower those numbers could be. So that is one thing that, we can hope for, and that we know that as we go further in time, there's going to be more funding towards the American Heart Association, and hopefully someday we will reach that goal. Something that I think is kind of crazy to think about is that, like I said, as we go further in time, the more research and the more development, the more technology that the American Heart Association funds, some of these discoveries that they find could save one of our lives someday. Just as in the last 10 or 20 years, some of the discoveries that they have made has saved the lives of thousands of people. So it is kind of crazy to think about that. So a big thing you're probably wondering is where I'm getting all this information from. This stuff is not only on the CDC website, but it is also directly on the American Heart Association's website. And something I found extremely helpful is that on the American Heart Association's website, there is a invoice of how much money they have gotten in that specific year. And you can go as far back as you want to see how much money they got that year, how much money was actually sent to organizations and towards research and development, and how much of that money was spent on other costs and expenses. For me, that kind of made it feel a lot more trustworthy, and you're not just donating your money towards some nonprofit organization. I feel like we all kind of have that weird feeling towards nonprofits. But being able to see where your money is actually going and how it's being spent definitely makes it a lot more trustworthy. So overall, I talked with you guys about how the American Heart Association has donated money towards research and development for fighting heart disease, as well as how they brought awareness to certain things to help us as a nation and as a world be more aware of how much heart disease affects the people. One thing I found very helpful is that on their website, there is a tab that you can click, and you can go right into where you make a donation. It can be as much or as little as you want to. And like I said, you do have the ability to view an invoice of where your money's going and how it's being spent and how you're making a difference. So go ahead, check out their website, make a donation today. You can go to their website at www.heart.org, and the American Stroke Association's website is www.stroke.org. I got most of the information off of the American Heart Association's website directly, as well as the American Stroke Association and the CDC. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope this kind of made you feel a little bit more aware about how serious heart disease is. And I hope you guys stay safe and have a great day.